Good evening, everyone. Good to see everyone here. It's my privilege and honor to talk a little bit about Allison Friend, former player of mine. I told her today that I crafted her speech at Pondy's today during lunch, and the pencil wasn't really flowing real smooth, but it got a little bit better as the longer I stayed. Allison was quite a player here. 3-year varsity letter winner, 3-year varsity starter, 4 TCL championships in her 4 years. And when she left us, she was the 4th all-time leading scorer here at the school. Now, Allison's freshman year, she played JV, I can remember vividly, and she could shoot the basketball, and I'm watching her from the varsity bench. Her father sat with me on the bench and knew a little bit about basketball, having sat with Rick Brook for 15 to 16 TCL championships at Sebring. So, in watching from afar, I could see that Allison had some talent, and she showed that talent when she played for us. She was first team All-TCL, first team All-County, first team All-Area, honorable mention All-Ohio her senior year. But really the transformation that made her a Hall of Famer came from her junior to senior year. Like previously stated, in my mind, great players work on the things that they're not real good at. And Allison could shoot the basketball, and everyone in the area knew that Allison could shoot the basketball. So from her junior to senior year, we worked all off season on her putting it on the floor and getting to the hoop. And, that's not easy. I mean, kids these days, they want to work on what they're good at. We knew she could shoot it, and everyone knew that she could shoot it, and that's why the defense ran out at her all the time. The ability to put the ball on the floor and get to the hoop was something that she worked very diligently at. And that's what Hall of Famers do. They work on their deficiencies. And that's what Allison did and made her so successful her senior year and an integral part of us winning 4 championships. But I have to tell you the story that between that junior and senior year, she got a mouthpiece. And I thought that the mouthpiece was for when she put the ball on the floor and went to the hoop, the contact that she was going to incur. So, I think it was a United game. We're sitting out there and she gets a technical foul for abusive language to an opposing player. Now, she had a mouthpiece in it, so I really didn't understand how this was all transpiring. And, as Allison will attest, and she never came out off the floor very often, when she did and had to come and face her father and I, it was very cold over there on that bench. She usually found the seat all the way at the end when she had to come. But I asked her, I said, you got a technical foul for calling a girl a name and you had your mouthpiece in. How does that work? She goes, I've had that mouthpiece coach for a long time. I know how to swear without it. Okay. We'll move forward from that. But Allison, with no further ado, I want to introduce her because what a great player, what a great asset she was to the girls basketball program in her 4 years. She set career and school records for 3-pointers in a game, 3-pointers in a season, and 3-pointers in a career. Whether those stats still stack up today with the way kids shoot it now, I'm not real sure, but when she left in 1999, she held all those records for school records. Just one great basketball player. Help me in welcoming Allison Friend.
It is an honor and privilege to be selected as a member of the Lisbon David Anderson Athletic Hall of Fame. I'd like to thank I had incredible 4 years at Lisbon. I have many great memories from my days at Lisbon, and many of these memories involve getting yelled at by either Coach Sifke, Coach Washenko, or my dad. The only thing worse than one of them yelling at us was the one time they just left practice and walked out of the gym without saying a word. We knew we were really in trouble then. But all that yelling paid off because I was able to be part of a Tri-County League championship every year I was in school. Not many people can say they won 4 league championships. I played on the JV basketball team my freshman year, which allowed me to develop my skills and help the varsity team. During practice, I loved playing the opposing team's best player and trying to break the varsity team's defense. I was very fortunate to start varsity my next 3 years. There was a lot of winning my next 3 years. Summer camp trips to Cincinnati, North Carolina, coaching the 5th and 6th grade basketball teams, scouting other teams with my dad and Coach Sifke, going to Columbus to watch the state basketball tournament, pre-game rituals such as my dad giving me a lifesaver during shooting around, and having the time of my life with just a few of the memories that will stick out in my mind. From playing basketball, I learned that with hard work, dedication, and teamwork, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. I also learned that if you call a girl a bad name and get it technical, your parents will buy you a mouthpiece. I could not ask for a better group of girls or coaches to play with. Many great friendships were formed from my various sports teams, and I still keep in contact with teammates and even some opponents I faced. I was very fortunate to have a great softball team as well. It helped having 2 of my best friends, Shannon and Athena, playing the same infield. I started all 4 years at third base, and I now know why they call it the hot corner. Golfing on the boys' golf team was interesting to say the least. It is a completely different experience riding a school band with 5 boys than a bus full of girls. The most difficult sport for me was cross country. One of my most vivid memories of cross country was a large hill Malone Invitational, and I drove past Malone College last year and still cringed after seeing that hill. There was also the time I caught a ride back to the school from Roller Coaster Road instead of running back to the school, but we won't get into that one tonight. I have several people I would like to thank. I would first like to thank all my family and friends who are in attendance tonight, and those who could not make it. I would not be standing here today without your love and support. Rich and Joe, even though you're Clippers, thank you for your support over the years. Brian, one of my oldest and dearest friends, thank you for your friendship over these 15 years. And I know we will be friends forever because we know too much about each other. Aunt Judy, Sarah, Dennis, and Julie, thank you for making the trip this weekend. Your attendance tonight will not go unnoticed at Christmas. Drew, thanks for making the trip with me this weekend and all you have done this year. I wish you had a chance to see me play basketball in high school, but don't worry, I have all the games on DVD for us to watch on a Sunday night. To my coaches, Coach Sifke, Coach Washenko, Dad, both Coach Judy's, Coach Altimore, Coach Brickner, and Coach Randolph, thank you for all your hard work and dedication. Megan and Chris, I know I might be biased, but I have the best younger brother and sister. Having you attend all my games, especially you, Chris, being the ball boy, means the world to me, and I love you both. Pa, there isn't a game, race, or match that I don't remember you and Mimi attending. I won't forget the game you almost got kicked out of when I tied the school record for 3 pointers in a game. I could always count on the 2 of you being my biggest fans, both off and on the court, and I thank you for all your love and support. Mom and Dad, words can't begin to describe how grateful and lucky I am to have you as my parents. I know I did not fully appreciate you when I was younger, but the older I get, the more I realize the sacrifice, hard work, and dedication you 2 have given to give me, Megan, and Chris the best opportunities in our lives. I'm forever grateful, and I love you with all my heart. Thanks again.
Well, Allison was talking here, something struck me. She's not the only one. I sent a questionnaire out to every